Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at 3 of Samsung's devices from the years 2022, so the S22 from 2022, from the year 2023 the S23, and from the year 2024 the S24. So this is the most recent one I'm going to be comparing, and this is the oldest one I'm going to be comparing, and this is the middle ground. This is the one from last year, the S23. So first off, let me just start by first discussing what's similar and what's different between them. So this one, you can see this one has the most different design. This one has a camera visor all the way around, so it has a lot different look than the current one, which current S22 and the S23, which don't have a camera visor, and this is circle camera. And me personally, I do think this approach Samsung took was nicer. It really shows how the camera meets into the body, and it just seems like one nice uniform design, while these two are just, kind of just their own thing. The camera is chilling. It doesn't look as nice in my opinion. And another thing you're going to notice is the S22 and the S23 have flat corners. Not flat corners, round edges. So what that's going to mean is when you hold it, the phone's going to be more round on the sides, and it's going to be nicer to hold, right? And it's going to give it like a more rounded classic look from older Samsung phones, whereas the S24 and the newer 24 series in general are flat edge, like a lot of iPhones you'll see too. So these are flat side, so when you hold it, it might be a bit less comfortable to hold, but honestly it hasn't been an issue for me. Now the most major thing you are going to definitely notice between these two phones is the Android versions. This one supports 4 years of Android update, so Android 16 is going to be the last it supports. It's for the S22. For the S23, this one also supports 4 years Android updates, and these both support 5 years of software security updates, so they'll still get security updates after their software version's over. So this will go up to Android 17, and right here, this one we have right here, this one will go up till, I'm not even sure what Android, but yes, this one gets 7 years of Android security updates. So this is more like iPhone and Google Pixel now in terms of more updates. So if you want updates, you definitely want to go for the S24 if you want to be, caught up to the complete latest software. But none of these phones software-wise are gonna disappoint. They're super similar. And another thing I want to focus on really, super major for me, is the battery life and the performance. All these have really nice processors and really nice RAM. So all these have 8 GB of RAM, and then you can also decide to get higher storage, but they're all 128 GB base storage, and these are all 128 over here. And you get 8 GB RAM, 120Hz Super AMOLED display. So the display on all 3 of these phones is the exact same, 120Hz LTPO. It can dial back down refresh rate to save battery, but yeah, all of them are 120Hz. And then on top of that, the cream of the pie, cherry on top, whatever you want to call it, all these phones have super similar battery sizes. Now, a similar battery size does not mean the same battery performance. This one, by far, the S22 has a smaller battery, 3600 mAh battery, and these two right here are 3900 mAh batteries, so these are slightly bigger cells. But due to this one's processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, which these two have Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and this one has Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the Gen 1 has the most problems I've faced. It's super fast, super snappy, but it overheats way too easily. So this one's cooling system is not as good as these ones. It's a super inefficient processor. It heats up a lot. It'll start thermal throttling, and it takes us a lot of battery. So you're lucky to even make it maybe 1.5 days. So you'll definitely get 1 day battery life with this thing, but with these newer phones you can definitely go for 2 day battery as well. So this has the weakest battery by far, and you will feel it. Anything you do that's like power battery level, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it hits. Not the best battery on this phone at all. Then these two over here, 3900 mAh battery. These two have really nice batteries. Honestly, both these super good battery. And from this is a friend's phone of mine, and from he's told me this lasts easily. If he goes to school and he comes back, it'll be like 70% left after he uses it throughout the day from school when he comes back home. So this one, honestly, same story. From what I've seen, easily goes 2 days without needing a charge, and just amazing battery on these two. But whereas if you value battery, don't go for this phone right here, the S22, because it does fall short on battery. But if you are on a budget, then 100% maybe look at the S23 or S22 because these ones have come down in price a lot. But the S24, because it's a brand new phone from Samsung, it's the newest model. You are not going to find this one cheap, but you are going to find these two, the S23 and S22, for a lot lower price, right? Because they're older phones. Even if it's just a year old, they drop in value fast. So this one I got for around 350 Canadian dollars, and this one you can find, the S23 you can find for around 600 Canadian dollars, and this one you're not gonna find for less than 800 Canadian dollars. So if you are tight on money, go for the S22. You're not gonna miss out on a lot. Cameras are basically the same other than megapixel. This one has a bigger sensor, but from what I've noticed, I've done reviews on all three of these phones separately too. There's not much different in camera quality in between all these three cameras. Sure, there's like a minor upgrade, but you're not really gonna see it that much, to be honest. Right? It's a 3-year thing, and all three of these have super excellent cameras. So whether you care about cameras, video, anything like that, all three of these phones are solid for that too. So yeah, the main difference being battery life, Android updates, and just the design. Other than that, really is just the same phone in a different package, where the S22 could have a bit better thermal system, but honestly, nothing to worry about any of these three phones. So whichever price point you want to go for and pick up any of these phones, you're good to go. You don't need to worry about anything. And that's that. If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe consider liking the video and leaving a subscribing to this channel. It's free and it only helps out. And I will see you guys in the next video.